The tips have nearly touched. I repeat, the tips have nearly touched. With Bitcoin's weekly MACD chart showing that the tips are about to touch, you know what they say, this is huge. So hit that subscribe, get signed up to Femex below if you can buy Bitcoin, altcoins, or trade and receive large bonuses. And without any further magoo, let's absolutely dump on into what we see Bitcoin doing just as of the last few hours actually, where we see on the weekly chart, for the very first time since July of this year, where we got a rejection, keep in mind, very big rejection, all lower highs and lower lows. However, now for the past few weeks, we have been putting in higher highs and higher lows. This is what we like to call the beginning of the bust. Okay, this isn't something to take lightly. These are signs showing us right now that it's about to come. And Bitcoin might not be the only one. We take a look at the daily chart. Clearly, we've just actually, as of the last couple of hours, put in a high above the highs that we set back just about 2 or 3 weeks ago at the very end of September. With the initial lower high here in August, end of August, exactly a month later, we got this higher high at the end of September. And now we've already put in another one after putting in, keep in mind, higher lows as well. This is how you spot the beginning of an uptrend. This is how you spot the beginning of a pump. As well, you know, this is the biggest thing I've seen so far is every time we got rejection, I've been talking this video after video, every time we've gotten rejected at this line, we were so close to doing it. But in fact, we have just been shown life that Bitcoin has not had in the last 8 months. The first signs of life that Bitcoin has had of this entire move. Now, keep in mind, we're going to see fake outs and shakeouts, switcheroos like crazy. In fact, if we really zoom in, let's actually, where's the chart? Yeah, like if we look at a 1 hour chart, look at what happened. I'm sure many of you, were watching this. Massive move up to almost 68,000, complete rejection. And then over the next few hours, actually going back up and basically, going almost up to that exact same level, meaning in just the last few hours, we've had some sort of little shakeout, fake out, mommy makeout, and everything in between. And that's normal and that's going to happen. But overall, there is a new trend forming, and that is higher lows with higher highs. The next big level to break is truly getting above 70,000. And in my opinion, concretely, this confirms that we're about to have a massive breakout, because it would be breaking the higher low, not only from August 23rd and right around then, but also the higher high after. But then this most recent, even before this is a massive level here. Breaking 2 lower highs, specifically this one, in my opinion, just confirms that the structure is about to get bustier than you could ever imagine. Clearly on the daily chart, we have, Bitcoin's above all of these moving averages on the daily. The weekly, this is just so ginormous. We've had this RSI cross get confirmed about a month ago at the beginning of September. RSI did it, and the MACD is quite literally doing it. I mean, let's zoom in as close as we can zoom in here. That's about as close to the tips touching as tips can get without touching. But here's the thing. They're going to touch. And that's big. Everyone knows it, okay? This is a giant signal. Okay, I keep talking about this, but really, guys, the last time this happened, middle of October, where was Bitcoin? It was below 30,000, and then very quickly over the next few weeks and months, about a 4-month period, I believe. Yeah, it took about 4 or 5 months, and up over $50,000 pump from the low or mid 20s to the mid 70s, about a $50,000 upside move. And now, am I saying we're about to see something like that again? Yeah, I mean, kinda, pretty much. That's what I'm saying, is that I think we're about to see the second leg of this bull market. I think we're on the first leg. I think we're about to see the second leg. Okay, and all of these signs are just more and more, confirmed, in my opinion, where I think we're about to see this exact same thing shake up. Now, we have some, as always, actually, Bitcoin has always pumped basically the year of an election, whether by coincidence or not. And we have an election coming up in the US in just a few weeks. And more and more people are kind of saying this, and I agree that overall, I don't necessarily think, I think that one party that's openly more pro-crypto will probably pump the markets more, but I personally think that overall these markets are going to pump anyway. I think overall Bitcoin is going to pump anyway. I think obviously it might pump, I think it would pump more depending on which party wins, but I think overall we're going to see a pump. And realistically, we have about 300 days of pumping left. A little over 300 days of pumping left. If this bull market's going to top out anywhere similar to what it has in the past. We see now also what's happening today. Well, we see that the DXY is still going up, which is not historically a good thing for Bitcoin, yet Bitcoin's still pumping. We also see that the stock market is going down. Also, not the best thing for Bitcoin to pump. So if we get a pullback today or what, that's why I'm saying the main things you want to look for is that, right, Bitcoin is on the move right now. As long as it doesn't go below about 59,000 US dollars, then I don't even consider it a dump. I don't consider it a move. Basically, if this is very bullish to me, and the only way I would say and start second guessing that and thinking, oh, actually wait, maybe this isn't very bullish, is if we break below 59,000 US dollars. So that's a very concrete, easy number that I'm throwing out there, because basically, as long as the structure of higher lows and higher highs is in play, guys, that is exactly what determines or dictates an uptrend. This has been, it is kind of crazy. We are going to look back on this as pretty insane, to be honest, of how boring this was. This range has been brutal. We're going to look back on this and, look at it in a very, it was necessary, in my opinion, to get us where we are right now and where I think we're about to go. We needed this, and it's unfortunate because it's boring, but that's exactly what we need. People to lose interest, for things to get boring, and especially reset some of this momentum, reset the excitement, which at this point I think we have. I think we have consolidated enough. I think Bitcoin has moved into a period now where it's free over the next few weeks to start breaking all-time highs and going to infinity and potentially beyond. So get signed up to FeeMex below if you want to buy Bitcoin, altcoins, or trade if you want to long and participate in this market. And without any further ado,